Hello, Plymouth State, and welcome back to another issue of the Clock Out Loud. I'm Sean Michael Dunphy,
And I'm Ben DeZoglio.
and here's what's happening in your world.
On April 12th, a man named Bert made his way to Plymouth State University's campus carrying an 8-foot cross and spreading the good news. Bert's work became a controversy, however, when he made some offensive comments to PSU Pride Secretary Jocelyn Howard. Bert mainly made comments such as, "Jesus loves you," to students as they were walking by, but this quickly changed when he was offered a t-shirt by Howard. Howard was offering t-shirts to many students walking by as a part of Big Gay Tie-Dye Day. According to Howard, Bert told her he did not believe in what she was doing. When she asked him what he meant, Bert went on to tell her that he believed that being gay was a sin. Eventually, Associate Director of the Hub, Carrie Keating, came out and asked Bert to move off campus. When Bert was asked by a Clock reporter if he was on campus because it was PSU Pride Week, he said, "Not unless the Lord planned it that way." Howard was not fazed by Bert, however, and continued to make and offer shirts to students and said, "It kind of brought us together." I think his reaction and acts were more in our favor than his.
It's good to see he didn't put too much of a damper on Big Gay Tie-Dye Day.
It sure is, Sean.
In other news, on Saturday, April 9th, PSU's Pace transformed Alumni Green into a battlefield when they hosted a LARPing event. LARPing stands for live action role playing. Students showed up dressed in pizza boxes and empty egg cartons, using them as armor, and Hot Pocket boxes attached to poles to use as war hammers.
We dine and prosper!
All the students seemed to enjoy the event, and it went on well into the afternoon, and every student lived to see another day.
I sure am glad, Sean, that the weather's finally warmed up a little bit so students can get outside and have great events like this.
It certainly was a beautiful day on Saturday.
Sure was, Sean. In other news, on Wednesday, April 13th, PSU's Robert Frost Speech and Debate Society hosted their second fireside debate, which discussed the resolution that Obamacare should be repealed.
So if I own, my business and I say, well, I have 49 employees, I would hire another guy, because I could really use 55 guys, but the problem is the moment I hire that 50th employee, if I'm not insuring everybody to the standard that this bill asks for, that's an extra $100,000 out of my pocket to get that one extra guy. And then another $2,000 for the next guy, and another $2,000 for the next guy, and another $2,000 for the next guy. And at that point, unless I can make over $100,000 more dollars for employing that one extra guy, I'm going to find in a free enterprise economy that it's not worth it to hire them. And so I'm going to be deterred from enlarging my business. If you're already a large business, you get hit in the wallet and there's nothing you can do about it. You get charged all this money, which means you're laying off employees and you're, forcing people to leave their positions.
And have a world leader as opposed to being 39th on the World Health Organization's statistics of the best healthcare, which is again behind Costa Rica, Dominica, Chile, Morocco, and United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. That's not a good place to be for the country that spends more than twice the amount of the average and is the highest spender on healthcare in the world.
The two sides both brought interesting perspectives to the table, including a look at comparing America's healthcare policy with other countries. The event concluded with a question and answer session, which really put the debaters to the test.
It's great to see PSU students taking such an interest in policies such as healthcare, especially with the upcoming elections just getting their start.
It sure is, Sean. It's gonna be a good election year, I can feel it.
In other news, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation has raised over $1.5 billion, including $107 million in 2010. To raise money for JDRF, this weekend, a Skate for Cure will be held at PSU's Hanaway Rink. The Skate for Cure starts at 2 p.m. and will run till 5. There will be food, kids' games, raffles, and auction items, including Bruins tickets, Celtic tickets, and Patriots memorabilia. Be sure to come down and support this wonderful cause.
It's going to be a great event, Sean. I know I can't wait to get out there and get my skate on.
Me neither, Ben.
Now to sports. Plymouth State's baseball team suffered 2 losses to Colby College this Sunday to drop their overall record to 5-16 and 0-4 in the Little East Conference. The Panthers have been extremely competitive despite what their record says. Head coach Dennis McManus said, "We have suffered very competitively and are only a few hits of good pitches away from having a much better record." Plymouth State looks to continue their season as they finally have a home game Saturday, April 15th against UMass Dartmouth at noon and 3 p.m. Be sure to come and support the guys, Plymouth faithful.
We want to remind you that men's baseball won't be the only ones having a home game tomorrow. Women's softball team and women and men's lacrosse will also be having home games all this weekend.
Hopefully we have some good weather for those games.
Most certainly, Ben. In other news, on Thursday, April 14th, as a part of PSU's Pride Week, an amateur drag show was held in the Hub. The event showcased Plymouth State's own student amateur drag kings and queens as they lip-synced through their acts. The show was an overall success and went on well into the night, keeping students and faculty well entertained.
Just want to give a special thanks to all the models and judges who came out this year to participate in this year's drag show.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here tonight. I want to remind you, next week there will be no paper edition of The Clock, but make sure to check out theclockonline.com for all the stories that would have been published. The Clock will be going paperless in celebration of Earth Day. From everybody here at The Clock, I'm Sean Michael Dunphy.
And I'm Ben DeZoglio.
And we want to remind you, there will be another night. Good night, everybody.